For those of us for whom the Middle East and North Africa is more than merely a news story, but a home, a place we're from, and a place where our loved ones still live, this past year has been exceptionally painful. The war in Sudan and the genocide in Gaza have entered their second year. Israel's escalatory war on Lebanon has been devastating. In Tunisia, political opposition and civil society face a growing and intensifying crackdown, while Egypt's economic crisis shows no sign of abating, while tens of millions of Egyptians live in poverty. But it wasn't all tragedy. There were moments of hope as well. Following a half-century of brutal rule, the Assad clan has finally fallen from power, and we were all moved by the images of Syrians who, after years and decades locked away, have finally been freed and reunited with their loved ones. We are all too familiar with the pain of our people, but we're also intimately familiar with their extraordinary potential. It was faith in this potential that led Tunisians to rise up and overthrow Ben Ali, inspiring a new generation convinced by the possibility of change. It was faith in that potential and our right to a better future that led our founders to create the Tahrir Institute for Middle East Policy nearly 12 years ago. Central to the struggle between pain and potential is policy, and for far too long we have been excluded from and absent from the halls of power. Far too many policy decisions have been taken and continue to be taken without regard for their impact and their human cost on us. Since TIMEP's founding, we have worked with partners in the region and the diaspora to challenge and change these dynamics. As Deputy Director of TIMEP, I oversee our policy advocacy, and I see firsthand our impact. We see the political prisoners who, after years of public and private campaigning, have finally been freed. We see the conditionality on economic reform programs get expanded to emphasize governance, transparency, and poverty relief. We see the targeted sanctioning of war criminals and corrupt officials who have abused and robbed our people for too long. We see the inclusion of marginalized groups like women and civil society in peace talks, and we see the removal of or amendment of repressive laws after years of pressure is brought to bear. None of these victories are TIMEP's alone. We work closely with an array of organizations in the region and across the globe to leverage our respective skills, expertise, experience, and networks to maximize our collective impact. In order to continue this vital work and grow our impact, we need you, our community. Every dollar you give is a dollar towards expanding our community's power and centering the voices of those most impacted by these policies. Invest in our power. Invest in TIMEP.